Good afternoon, evening, morning, whenever you are watching this, everyone. I think this is the fourth episode of the Milan clubs around the world. This week we are in Chicago with Nico.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for having me on.
Of
Really excited to be here.
of course. So we have Milan Club Chicago on, and Nico, what made you become a Milan fan?
I guess for me, it was, it started very young. My brother is like 7 years older than me, right? He was born in 1990. So you could imagine he grew up with that team of the 90s, that powerhouse per se, right? One of the best teams ever in club football. And then, I think one of my first memories is watching like the '03 final in Manchester. And that sold it for me. And then they bought Yandel Thomason, and we're Danish. So that was, another thing that really, made us very excited to support them as well. So that's kind of how it all started, right? And then
Okay.
obviously from there became incredibly passionate about the team. Suffered a lot with the rest of us, right, through the banter era, as everyone calls it, and we finally got out, right, this May, and we're finally back in the Champions League. Finally, a respectable club in the domestic league. And things are looking up as we move into the future. So that's kind of been my love affair with the club.
Yeah, hopefully we stay respectable and stay in the Champions League. I think that's gonna be the
Yeah,
next big challenge that we face.
yeah,
But I know that you just joined Milan Club Chicago.
yes,
I mean, the club is relatively new in the past couple years, right?
yeah. It is, and Amir is really one of the I think one of the driving forces behind the foundation of this club, right? He immigrated here to the U.S. Had always been a big fan of AC Milan. He grew up, similarly to me, with a lot of those great teams of the early 2000s, and felt that he really wanted to find a community, right, of AC Milan fans here in Chicago, and kind of built this thing from the ground up with a few others. And so that's really how we got to where we are today. And he's done an incredible job up to this point, getting the club up to, I think we just, right as I joined in the end of May, we had just broken over 500 followers in the area.
Nice.
So, you know, really, really great job done by him, right? So full credit goes there.
So, what was the story behind forming the club?
I guess, like I said, I think that really was it, right? Amir,
Okay.
he met a few others that were also, very passionate about AC Milan, and he decided, let's, start to build a community here where we can come together for games and, talk about the club on social media, everything that's going on with it, transfers, games, tactics, so on and so forth. And, from there, it just kind of spiraled, right? Because as we started to get better in the last few years, you saw more and more traction with the club, right? Because something that I've always believed is that there's AC Milan fans everywhere in the U.S. The issue is that we were all kind of hiding in our rooms between 2013 and 2018 per se, right? Because that's when we finally started to put some decent results
Right.
in the domestic league and start to look serious. So that's really how we came to be what we are today. And like you said, I haven't really been here long enough to have been onto a lot of these meetups, but I know that that's a big part of how our foundation came to be, right? Was through Amir's hard work and the help of a few others that I'm not sure whether they're still around, but I would imagine they are, right?
Fantastic. Do you guys have memberships or anything like that,
No,
or is that in the
no,
works at all?
no, not at the moment.
Okay. And do you guys meet up regularly for game days or anything?
Yeah, outside of COVID, I was told that we would meet up for games on weekends. Really, no set place that they would do it. It was whatever was showing the game, and whatever was in a reasonable location for everybody else. Usually somewhere in the city of Chicago, either West Loop or I know the Globe. Oftentimes up on Irving Park and Damon shows games as well. So those were two of the locations that I had heard about.
Okay. Well, if any bar owners in Chicago want to take up a nice Milan club,
Yeah,
these are the people to do it.
yeah.
Um, do you guys have any plans for the future to be expanding the club at all, or doing any trips to the San Siro?
Expansion wise, social media is really, the name of the game here. As we've continued to like get a bigger following, it's all about, being active on the Twitter page.
Hmm.
Definitely I would like eventually, I know there's a lot of these at this point, but do something of a podcast nature, and start to do that here locally, and a little bit more in the Midwest as well. I know there's a group down in St. Louis as well, so would love to partner with them at some point, just to get more exposure, more of us talking about the team, about how they're doing. And then just by way of trips to the Sun Cedar, I've never been personally. I would love to go. So that's something I'll definitely bring to the table at some point. But I think right now it's more so just about, continuing to build up the following that we've got so far
Right.
on social media, and looking to kind of find other ways to engage that group.
Okay. And is there anything more that you want people to know about the club?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great club with great people. We like to have a good time. From those that I've spoken with already, love to get together for games, have a couple drinks, and support the best club in the world.
Yeah, hopefully the ICC happens this summer and Milan
Yeah,
come to Chicago. The last time I've never been to the San Siro, but I did watch them play Bayern Munich in Chicago. Oh, it was probably the summer that we signed Fernando Torres and sold him again. So Montalivo was still on the team. I was chirping at him all game. It was a riot.
it's
Um,
what a name, what a guy. Oh my God,
and
I've never been let down more by such a great talent. But that's all right. It's like
yeah, so you're Danish. I assume that you've been watching the Euros.
I have, yeah, I have. It's been the whole range of emotions.
Yeah.
The whole worldwide range of them. I mean, we were so thrilled last a few Saturdays ago before the game. Right, we won that, whatever. I think it was like a coin toss or drawing a name out of a hat. Got all three games at home, and I actually believe that Denmark has one of the better sides at this tournament. You look across the board, right? With the quality of players in the leagues they're playing in, it's definitely not like a small team, right? That one would say like, oh, they're going to throw in a monkey wrench and then they're going to
Right.
the tournament, right? Like they're definitely expected to get second in this group, at least. And so then with everything that happened with Ericsson, right? We were watching live here in my living room, and I've just never just silence, right? Like shock. I had like my pillow up to my face, like couldn't move for about an hour. Especially just given that the broadcaster just kept showing
Yeah.
up close stuff, and I was like, this is just so inappropriate. And they're showing his girlfriend who was on the pitch as well, and I just, I get at first they didn't know what was going on, but I think it just made it more of a harrowing event, because of the fact that we were able to see basically the last moments before he went unconscious from up close and personal.
Hmm.
But thank God he's all right. He's healthy, right? I heard he was going to be getting something similar to what Daley Blind has for Holland. That's going to allow him to play hopefully again. But first and foremost, just important that he's all right, and it's really unified the country. People keep saying it from Denmark that I've been talking to, like friends, family, but everyone is behind this team now. The team is behind Ericsson, and
Yeah.
they I think as bad as Russia is as a national side, I think they played very proactive soccer, very engaging soccer. And they did the same thing against Belgium too, who was the best side in the group. So I think I wouldn't want to play Denmark in knockout rounds if I was any of these other countries. So we're very excited going to the weekend, right? Danes rarely have high expectations, but we fancy our chances against Wales.
I would as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. Um, well, back to Milan Club Chicago. How can people find you guys?
They can find us here on Twitter. Let me just drop the handle real quick. It is. Oh God, my internet's being a little dodgy, so apologies. It is this at AC Milan Club Chai. I'm going to go ahead and send it in here as a message as well. So that's the Twitter. That's the Twitter page. That's all we've got as of right now. again. So that's the best way to find us and see what we're doing. Once the season kicks up again, and now that the restrictions have been lifted with COVID, we'll start posting more actively around like meetups for games, where we'll be going. So, that's essentially, where we're at right now. Obviously, again, with hopefully with plans in the coming year or so to kind of start building out onto different platforms as well.
Fantastic. Yeah. I pulled it up here. We'll also have it in the YouTube description below. If you guys are in the Chicago area and did not know about the club, give them a follow, shoot them a message. I don't know if you respond to people's messages, but
I try. I do my best. I got a lot
okay.
right now this summer with my wedding and work and other stuff. But I'm once the season kicks back up, I'll be full force answering messages. Happy to talk with anyone.
Definitely. Well, I've been planning on bringing the wife down to Chicago for some time, so maybe I'll wait till the season starts and we can all go to a bar and have a few beers as long as we
Perfect.
win.
Yeah, yeah. Let me know.
Yeah, of course. Well, thank you for joining us this week, and as always, if anyone has any clubs that they want in this, feel free to shoot us a message over on Twitter.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having us. And, likewise, if anyone has any questions, wants to reach out to us, you can feel free to shoot me a message or Amir a message on our Twitter page.
Fantastic. You have a good one.
All right, you too. Thanks.